Ukrainian UAVs have successfully attacked Russia's largest oil refineries. Two facilities have suspended operations after a powerful air raid on August 2. We are talking about the Novokuibyshevsk Oil Refinery and the Ryazan Oil Refinery. This has not happened since March, Reuters reports. The Novokuibyshevsk Oil Refinery suffered damage to the atmospheric column of the primary oil refining unit AVT-11, capable of producing 18,900 tons per day. The plant still has one more unit, AVT-9, capable of processing 4,700 tons of oil in 24 hours, but the operation of the facility has been completely stopped. The refinery produced 8.3 million tons of oil products per year. In the case of the Ryazan Oil Refinery, the nature of the damage to the structural elements of the facility and equipment is unknown. The regional authorities of the occupying country reported a fire, smoke, and UAV debris falling on the territory of the facility. The operation of the plant, which is capable of processing 13.7 million tons of oil per year, has been stopped by 50%. The refinery produces motor gasoline, fuel oil, diesel fuel, and aviation kerosene, which are actively consumed by the Russian army. It plays a vital role in supplying fuel to the Moscow region. In 2024, the plant processed 13.1 million tons of oil, approximately 4.9% of Russia's total refining volume. Following the attack, two of its three primary refining units, KDU-3 and KDU-4, were shut down. Only the KDU-6 unit remains operational, representing about 48% of the refinery's total capacity. Meanwhile, the Novokuibyshevsk Refinery, with an annual capacity of 8.3 million tons, was completely shut down. The plant's primary oil refining unit, KDU-11, was reportedly damaged in the attack. The facility's second unit, KDU-9, had already been offline for scheduled maintenance until early September. According to the Moscow Times, it remains unclear how long repairs will take. In the case of the Ryazan refinery, sources estimate the timeline for partial restoration may range from a few days to several weeks. In this case, on Monday, the price of AI-95 gasoline set a new historical record, 77,000 rubles per ton on the St. Petersburg Commodity Exchange. The price rose by 1.18% per day, and by 28% since the beginning of the year. Gasoline, regular, 92, rose by 1.18% per day and by almost 30% since the beginning of the year, and its closing price, 66,642 rubles per ton, did not reach less than 5% to the absolute maximum shown in September 2023. Among the reasons for the shortage of gasoline are the lack of stocks in private gas stations, the collapse of airports, due to which people began to use vehicles more, as well as frequent repairs of oil refineries. Ukrainian aviation has struck the house and positions where Russian paratroopers were gathering near the village of Kamenskoye in Zaporizhia region. The strikes, carried out by an F-16 fighter jet using JDAM air-to-ground bombs of U.S. manufacture known for their high precision, resulted in the explosion and destruction of the house, killing the invaders present there. Positions located in the forested area were also blown up, along with the invaders, rendering them inoperative. Russia always takes a responsible position on nuclear issues, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Monday after U.S. President Donald Trump said Friday he was ordering the repositioning of 2 U.S. nuclear submarines. According to Associated Press, Trump's order followed comments by the country's former president, Dmitry Medvedev, who has raised the prospect of war online. It wasn't clear what impact Trump's order would have on U.S. nuclear subs, which are routinely on patrol in the world's hotspots, but it comes at a delicate moment in the Trump administration's relations with Moscow. We wouldn't like to be drawn into polemic and comment on that, Peskov told reporters on Monday. We are very careful about any statements on nuclear issues. You know that Russia takes a responsible position, President Putin's position is well known. We believe that all must be very accurate with nuclear rhetoric, Peskov said. He noted that U.S. nuclear submarines are on regular combat duty anyway. Asked if the Kremlin could advise Medvedev to temper his rhetoric, Peskov emphasized that it's Putin who sets the country's foreign policy, adding that in every country, leadership members may have different views of current developments. Asked if Putin would meet Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff, who is set to visit Moscow this week, Peskov responded that, "We don't exclude such a meeting. We are always glad to see Mr. Witkoff in Moscow, we are always glad to have contacts with Mr. Witkoff," he said. "We consider them important, substantive and very useful." Peskov added that dialogue was continuing, and that the U.S. is continuing its mediation efforts to help the settlement of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. These efforts are very important in the context of the ongoing direct Russian-Ukrainian negotiations, he said. The settlement of the Ukrainian problem by political and diplomatic means is naturally preferable for us.
В данном случае очевидно, что американские подводные лодки и так находятся на боевом дежурстве. Это постоянный процесс. В целом, конечно, вот в такую полемику не хотелось бы никак втягиваться, и не хотелось бы это никак комментировать. Мы очень аккуратно относимся к любым заявлениям, связанным с ядерной проблематикой. Вы знаете, что Россия занимает ответственную позицию. Позиция президента Путина прекрасно известна. Конечно, мы считаем, что все должны быть весьма и весьма аккуратны с ядерной риторикой. В каждой стране члены руководства страны имеют разные точки зрения, рабочие, на происходящее событие, и имеют разный настрой. Главное, конечно, это позиция президента Путина. Вы знаете, что в нашей стране внешнюю политику формулирует глава государства, то есть президент Путин. Мы всегда рады видеть господина Виткофа в Москве и всегда рады контактам с господином Виткофом. Мы не исключаем возможность проведения такой встречи. Продолжается диалог. Соединенные Штаты продолжают свои усилия по посредничеству в поисках пути украинского урегулирования. Эти усилия очень важны, в том числе и в контексте идущего процесса прямых российско-украинских переговоров. Мы сохраняем нашу приверженность идее о том, что предпочтительным для нас, разумеется, является урегулирование украинской проблемы политикой.